Yes.
I'm going to call this regular session of the Employee Council meeting Wednesday, May 8th at 10:01 a.m. to order. I'm going to do roll call. Allison Williams.
Present.
Javier Rodriguez.
Present.
Kevin Pachenko.
Here.
Ryan Bowie, excused. Esmeralda Mendoza, excused. Lorena Valdez.
Present.
Estrella Romero.
Present.
Frank Tapia.
Right. Present.
Joelle Landers.
Present.
Nina Williams, present. The following items are for review and discussion. Item number 1, review employee benefit renewal for FY25. Ms. Joelle?
Yes, last night I took the renewal agreements to council, and we are going to be continuing with Blue Cross Blue Shield. It will have a 3% increase in your costs, or costs overall. It initially came back with a 6.5% renewal, and the national average for renewals is 12%. So I have to say that CBiz and Becky Lopez work really hard and get really good results for us. That's also taking into consideration we are a small group, so we don't have like that buying power like the county or other larger organizations would. So very pleased with that. And we will continue to have the $10,000 in wellness funds. Delta Dental will still be covered with the $1,000 annual maximum. An additional option is available this year for those who elect to do that would like to have the annual maximum increased to $2,000. So employees would be responsible for paying the difference in those two plans. So the city covers the $1,000 annual max. If an employee wants to increase to a $2,000 annual for themselves only, it's $4.37 a month. For employee plus family, it is $20.21. So that is a new option this year. Our VSP renewal actually had a rate reduction. So for those that have vision insurance, the cost is going to go down slightly. Mutual of Omaha, which is our life, AD&D, and voluntary life, as well as, so with the life and voluntary life, there is a rate pass, meaning there's no increase coming from Mutual of Omaha. However, if you move into a different age bracket, you may see an increase, and we will get that closer to June 30th. And everyone would be, anyone who's affected by that, I would contact personally. Short-term disability and long-term disability, that's a city benefit, and there's a rate pass. We will continue to have our Alliance Work Partners, which is the employee assistant plan. Again, a rate pass, and this is a flat rate annual of $4,800. This benefit, our employee assistance plan, is for all our employees, part-time, full-time, and also covers any members of your household can use the benefit. So again, when you're looking at, all that covers, I think it's a really good benefit to have. We have on average 4% usage, which is annual averages are between 2 and 4. So we're at the high end of that usage. And in my opinion, if one person uses it and gets help from it, it's worth every penny. So, but I will also reiterate that is for everyone in your household. If it's a mother-in-law, if it's a sibling, if it's a roommate, we are affected by all of those things. And the people that we are close with. So, and then, let's see. So those are the ones that went through last night. So again, those are the ones that we sign contracts for, that we've accepted and moved forward with. The other plans, such as Aflac, Legal Shield, and yes, just Aflac and Legal Shield, their rates are their own. And so we will be notified of any increases around probably when they're here for the open enrollment period. So, and typically with Legal Shield, it's not an increase from what you started, but if you've had it for 5 years, your rate isn't going to change. If you're starting with it today, there may be a higher premium paid than the person who elected it 5 years ago. So, but again, that's all determined by those companies. And I will say that is the review. If there's any questions.
Thanks for doing all that, Joelle.
Any questions? Then we move on to item 2.
Okay.
Item 2, review and discussion, pet insurance options and costs. Ms. Joelle.
So this is one, our last meeting, I asked if there was anything that you'd like to have or anything that's not covered. And I was directed to check with Becky at CBiz and say, what aren't we using? What don't we have? And pretty much we have a very thorough coverage and options available to our employees. The only one that we had not ever really looked into before, but it is becoming more popular, is the pet insurance options. So just for curiosity's sake, I had that come in, and I have some information on it. There's actually 2 different plans, and I don't know if this is something we want to go forward with right now. I haven't been contacted or been notified by anybody that this is something that they would like to have. So again, I just, it's open. I didn't include this yesterday in the benefit renewal because I really wanted to see first if that is something that we would like to move forward with, or if it is just good to have the information and know that it's there if we would ever choose to look at it in the future.
I think it's the latter.
Good to know it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then we will, I will just pass on that option.
Unless anybody has.
Anything? I haven't heard anything from anybody, so.
I think it's a great option for people, who love our pets, so we might as well take care of them too.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna move on to item number 3, open enrollment. Ms. Joelle.
Our open enrollment this year is going to be on May 29th, which is a Wednesday. We are going to be holding it at the Library Annex location this year. Couple different reasons. One, we have the outside space, which was so nice last year up at the gardens. However, we're doing Employee Navigator this year through CBiz, which you will complete your open enrollment selections online. Now, if there's someone who wants to pass on that or would prefer doing paper, of course, those options are available. But I don't have to hunt you down for a piece of paper, and that's going to be really great. You can do it at home, online. You don't have to lose the paper, ask me for another one. And then also, your selections, when you enter them in there, those go directly to the providers for those changes. So I think a big one for me is it removes human error. It removes typos, it removes those things. And unfortunately they happen, it's part of it. So very excited about that. So again, we will have the indoor space available with internet if someone wants to even complete their open enrollment on that day. So our schedule is going to be sessions. We'll have 2 sessions, and they're going to be booked at 2 hours apiece. And really what that is for the benefit providers to get to share a little bit, answer questions, and then also give that group time to go around to those benefit providers and ask specific questions. You can get information with Aflac, Legal Shield, sign up for those at that day. Again, any changes or any elections won't be effective until July 1st. And then we will have lunch from 12 to 1. So session 1 can stay late and session 2 can come early. And then session 2 is going to be from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I am inviting a couple community partners, and as well as offering the library a table, as well as Camp Naco, because I think that would be, it struck me as a really great opportunity for the library and for our employees to see what all is happening, to see everything that the library has to offer right now. Maybe a lot of things some of us didn't even know. And the same with Camp Naco. We know it's going on, we know it's happening, but we don't necessarily, get that opportunity. So again, having Camp Naco there to answer questions, things of that nature, I just think it will round out the day nicely. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And if you have any other suggestions, please let me know. I'm kind of, open right now. We're just, like I said, kind of trying it, seeing how it goes. And I think that's it, if you have any questions.
What's for lunch?
Honestly, I really like the cold cuts and just, I was thinking about looking at catering and whatnot. I think the only thing with that is cost. I mean, to get some buns and some veggies and, the cost on that's pretty reasonable, as we're looking across the board, and everyone can make what they want. I'm open, again, to suggestions, if anyone has any ideas there and what they want to do. But again, just simple sandwiches, lunches, other than the meat and cheeses and condiments, nothing really has to be refrigerated or heated, so, yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What about having a table for like Melissa for the housing, so the employees can?
Good. Yes.
Especially with like the USDA thing that.
Oh my
she
gosh.
rolled out,
After.
I think that would help out.
having-
Yep.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say the library is really excited for this opportunity. We're really glad that you are hosting it there at our annex in San Jose, is where we have our tool library, and we really are interested in making sure that all city employees know that they have access to a patron card. We'll sign you up there and really see all the wonderful things we offer to you guys.
Okay. I wanted to add one more thing. We will also be doing the raffle again this year. However, rather than doing 2 raffle drawings at each session, I think that got a little, it didn't seem to flow very well. So my thought this year is, if you come to open enrollment, you get a ticket and you put your name on the back of it. At the end of the event, so the raffle items will be displayed, everyone can see it. But then we will do 1 draw at the end of the event for each item, and then we will take it to that person. So it can, for those that have to come, get some info, head out, they're not losing that opportunity with that raffle ticket. So hoping that goes, hopefully that's an improvement, and if not, we'll do something different next year. So.
Does anybody have any more questions or comments? That was a really good
Mm-hmm.
idea today.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, just to get it out there more.
We have a lot of good programs.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to item 4, wellness funds from Blue Cross Blue Shield for FY24.
Okay. I had not really heard any other requests or desires other than the Target gift cards. As far as updates on the local gyms and what's available there, I have not completed that sort of background check yet, or that, looking and seeing what options there are. However, for our Blue Cross Blue Shield representative, her name's Carla Wilson, I will be letting her know that I would really like her to focus on that in the presentation, so that we get a little better understanding than just reading a flyer or looking at something online. And that would also give her the, time to check ahead of time, okay, what is available, and in our area? What can we use? So again, haven't completed that part of it, but I'm still in that thought process and making sure that we're exploring those options. And yeah, I think that was it. So I'm just gonna do the Target gift cards because that's what everybody wants. I was thinking about handing them out at the open enrollment because it would kind of encourage more people to attend, but
Some people have to stay behind.
Bribery.
we have 2 sessions. But anyways,
Yes.
yeah, it was just kind of a funny, no, we'll get those done. So.
Yeah. And sort of goes with this, but I was thinking maybe we could do more programs in-house. Like, recently we just started the STEP challenge for the month of May. So I was thinking, it doesn't have to be every month, maybe quarterly, we do a couple of things. Like we all chipped in and we're gonna do like a lunch at the end and maybe a couple of prizes. But I think if we encourage more of those things, would help maybe focus a little bit more instead of just the Target gift card. Like maybe we could start seeing a difference in things.
Yes.
Doing it that way.
And that is what the wellness program is for. Believe me, they have all of that set up.
Yeah.
You know, Becky with CBiz, she will have someone come up and meet with us and tell us all the different ways. I would very much like to do that. Especially, I mean, I know that we started the Target gift cards during COVID.
Right.
But now it's really nice, you know, to get that $100 gift card to Target. You're like, sweet. But at the same time, I do believe there are better uses of that wellness fund dollars.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, for our community, and I mean our community as in the city of Bisbee employees,
Right.
you know, to gather to, you know, maybe look into having a health fair or, you know, something along those lines. So yes, I very much would love to see going that direction. And I can also ask Becky.
Well, I know the county does a lot of things. The other thing too was, they give employees an extra, not an extra, but 30 minutes or an hour of their day for exercise. And I wanted to see if we can look into that. They still get paid for it. But that way we don't have, you know, it's not like.
I'm gonna skip my lunch to go.
Right,
work out.
I'm not gonna skip my lunch, but I have this extra 30 minutes, I can go walk around the Vista Park, or I can, if we find a gym, you know, I can go to the gym for 45 minutes, clean up, and then go back to work. Just kind of incorporating that kind of idea too, if we can. I mean, it's we would still get paid for that time, but we wouldn't feel like, you know, we have to take our lunch. It's not a burden, you know what I mean? Like we have to make sure, oh, well, I did 30 minutes here, so I need to work till 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I wanna make sure it's still in our work day. Cause I think if we can get away from our desks to do something outside, or, you know, do a workout video in the corner, you know, whatever it is, then I think that will help productivity and mental health.
Yeah.
Because you're not tied to your desk.
Yes.
Most definitely.
And I think the county
Yeah,
hires teachers.
Yes.
So
What do they hire?
they hire teachers, so like a yoga teacher, a Zumba teacher. So for the classes, so they offer the Zumba class for county employees at this time, and they vary it, so they're different schedules, so people can.
Different times, so
Yeah.
not everybody comes at one time, but,
Yeah.
you know, the select few can come, and
Yeah,
that's
like
right.
2 different yoga classes or 2 different
Okay.
Zumbas, so.
And the county does that, so I can follow up there. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
the lady with the health thing, they have like a little gym and they set up sessions with her, and they'll go and work out or walk, and she gives you a programs of what you think you need and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
And Nina, was the STEP challenge, was that by email? I totally missed it.
No, I didn't do it outside of City Hall
Oh, okay.
because I wasn't sure how everybody would feel about it. Because I honestly, somebody wrote me into it, so I shared it. It was a test drive. But you're more than welcome to
Well,
to
just
join.
if we do things like that, to make sure Camp Naco
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
library and
right,
all
but
the
this was
courts.
kind of a,
Yeah, see how.
I
it goes.
honestly, we
Test
thought when we talked about it, Estrella and I and Yvonne, and then we only thought maybe 4 or 5 of us, but we actually got 9, I think you said
I
9,
think 9 of us.
9 or 10 of us that are participating in it. So it was kind of like a feeler to see
Who would actually?
who would actually do it. So if we do it again, which I was hoping that we would, then I would include
More.
everybody.
Awesome.
But it was just easier to start with a small,
Totally,
Um,
yeah.
what is that, like trial group?
Yeah.
See who got fed up by the 5th day and said, you know, hopefully not everybody, enough of you. She didn't say that. She might have thought it, but she didn't say it.
I didn't turn in my slip, so hey, you know. It goes without saying.
Yeah, so it was like a trial, this is kind of like a trial thing to see
Who would be interested?
who would be
Yeah.
interested,
How long it would
who,
go.
you know, I wanted to see if it would, more than 4 or 5 people. And
Yeah.
so since we did, then I feel like I would like to do another one and get everybody else involved. It was just a control group.
Well, I love the idea also of what the county does with
Mhm.
providing these classes, because over the past couple of years, I've talked to many county employees that, oh, we're off to our county Zumba class
Yeah.
for our job.
But I think if it's part of our day and not something we
Exactly.
have to not get paid for, I think it might encourage more of us to do it. Like we won't feel like we're missing, you know, pay because we want to do this.
And it really helps with health and wellness to be supported in a community, so as to not do it alone, that other people are working towards the same goal, and it changes the work environment for sure.
Definitely. No, and I'm definitely gonna get, you know, connected with Carla. Because I actually think that some of that in-house programs, the things that you're talking about, they might have resources for, like, it's an online program already set up and you know, register and whatnot. So, I mean, I definitely, you know, I will connect the people I need to connect so that we can get more info on this.
But I think maybe once we start doing that, maybe then by the time the next year's funds come around, we'll have a better understanding of what we really want to spend that money on.
Definitely.
Instead of just getting the Target gift cards, maybe we'll see a need and we can fill that need.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was something Emmanuel and David brought up to me, so, giving that little bit of time to actually set aside and work out or walk or do something like that.
Right.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any more comments or questions or anything regarding? All right, we'll move on to item number 5, update on the Performance Pro and the Learning Center. Ms. Joelle.
I have 4 laptops now, gotten them set up, ready to go. So again, at open enrollment, I will also have myself giving a presentation in regards to the Learning Center. I know some people have gotten on it and not had any difficulty. I've learned a lot along the way. I think another one that just occurred to me yesterday is I want to check everyone's login and password and see that every one of those is working, because that was something I heard a lot the last time we put it out, was that logins weren't working. So,
I think
but
there were only a couple of us in the building. Like I could get on it, and I think one other person.
yeah.
None of
Side
us
of
could.
it. Yeah,
and
nobody-
Yeah, I was gonna say,
nobody else
so
could get on it.
that was just something, I don't know where that came from this morning. I'm like, no, I'm gonna like literally try to log in as everybody
Okay.
and then see who's not. And, you know, keep a list and then be like, okay, these logins aren't working, why? So, okay, so just that is ongoing. Again, we have laptops, which is really exciting. I know we have the library computers as a resource Monday mornings before they open. So I think, you know, we're definitely heading the right direction.
Awesome.
Can we resend out the email or whatever, the link to it?
Mhm.
I think I missed it.
Yes, it will, yes.
Thank you.
And also, those of us who did log on, will you send out another thing? So, because I don't know if I remember how to log on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, it'll go to everybody.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
and just FYI, it is all full-time employees at this time. So, if some of your part-time counterparts or whatnot, you know, where I didn't get that, it's full-time.
Anybody have any comments regarding the questions? Alrighty, well, we are just moving right along. Item number 6, review and discussion on updates to personnel rules and regulations. Before we start on this, I just want to say thank you again for bringing this back to us. I know we had lots of discussion, and I'm glad that we're going to start fresh. So
I agree.
I do appreciate that you're willing to let's just start over.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Mr. L.
I actually had some time to sit down with Joe Estes yesterday and, just kind of really go over a lot of sort of my thoughts, and get guidance. The fact that he is now with Pierce Coleman, and the number of resources there. And so I got specific person who I need to contact, and I want to say, okay, what cities have you seen? What are the newest, most current plans? And then let's, kind of get a guide from there. And again, there is a lot of assistance available there. So again, it was very nice to know, okay, now I know who to call. Now I know, what to contact. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, just checking in with, Steve Coleman and just the process and how to get that done, because it I'll be honest, it's daunting. It's yeah.
And that's why I said thank you for starting over, because I know that it's going to be,
yes,
and it's going to be a lot of work on our part too. We should just leave it up to you to fill in the blanks and just say, here's what I've got. I think we need to do our homework too. We need to have work sessions, we need to do our homework, and we need to come back with, some discussion or suggestions, or I don't like that, let's try something different.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it'd be really great to schedule some work sessions dedicated to this. Put it on the calendar.
Okay, not a problem at all. And then the big exciting one. At the last budget session, special session meeting.
It was a work session for the budget, and it was a wage discussion.
Thank you.
Sorry, I did the minutes.
It's like you're my interpreter. We pretty much got the updating our longevity plan was brought up, and it was pretty much go. Roll with it, let's get it done. And I'm like, Roger that, because you all know how many spreadsheets and things I've brought forward and we've looked at. So, and again, yesterday, speaking with Joe Estes, really got some, guidelines on how, because there is a certain element of that, putting this in place, there may be some people who are going to have to wait an extra year for an increase or whatnot, and he did give me some suggestions how to look at individual people and, things like that. So, and this is honestly, we want to get this effective July 1st. So, if I got the go, I'm running. I'm doing it because this is something a lot of people have asked for. This is something that will really impact our employees in a positive way. So
how are we going to change that up? Because I know right now it's a percentage. How are we gonna change that up?
I think what was discussed is having more smaller steps in the beginning. We have a 1 year, we have a 2 year, we have a 3 year. Then we go to a 5 year. And honestly, in regards to the percentages, I'm looking at that versus the cents, because I know some departments for years, when you finished probation, you got a 50-cent increase. So again, just looking at those different options, whether or not it is set at a dollar rate or perhaps a dollar rate in the beginning. And then as we move on towards those 15, 20, 25 years, we do have those percentages perhaps. So again.
Well, the reason why I wanted you to discuss it was because I don't know if everybody watched that meeting.
Oh.
Or knew kind of what was said, that's why I wanted you to kind
Yeah.
of explain what was.
Definitely the push is to have more attainable goals in the beginning,
So we don't lose.
so we don't lose people right after training. And again, I don't, it hasn't been discussed for a long time, and then it was there, and I'm like, yes, so.
So when do you think we'll see something so that we can put our stamp on it? So we can get it done by July 1st?
Soon. You know, and again, given the time frame, like I said, I don't have that
Okay.
yet. I think my first step is right now is I want to get some plans together, some different options, and see, and then check with Carrie, and you know, because I mean, there's a lot of other things before we bring
Oh,
it
absolutely.
to you. So yeah. So yeah.
Well, if you need any help, we're here.
Yes, thank you.
That's gonna be great, you know, people, they get here and then they'll be 2 years and then they're gone, you know. And If we get those steps in, instead of 1 and then 5, what was it, 1 year, 5 year, and then
10 and 15.
10.
No, it wasn't anything until 5.
Yeah, it
Until
wasn't
5,
until 5,
okay.
so it's
Wow,
5,
okay,
10,
that's a-
15,
Mhm.
20, and
That's a
25 is the
long-
last one, I think.
long time, you know.
Yeah, it is.
So thank you for
And-
looking at that,
Yeah. Just happy to be moving forward on it.
yeah.
Yay, thank you.
You're welcome.
5 years, wow, I didn't know it was that.
Yep, you have to wait, you get hired and you wait 5 years.
Yeah.
What?
Does anybody else have any other comments regarding that? I'll move on to comments, and Allison has one.
I would like to invite everybody to the ice cream social this Friday, May 10th, 12 to 2 at 519 West Melody Lane, which is the Copper Queen Library Annex at the BUSD District Office. It's our pre-summer fun program registration, but it's also a family literacy fair, and a lot of our partners will be there, including Governor Hobbs' office will be coming down to do a BEAD stakeholder meeting from 11:30 to 12:30. That's broadband equity accessibility deployment, but it does overlap. Also, the state DES offices are sending 6 departmental representatives for benefits and medical eligibility, child care, child support services, community assistance and development, and developmental disabilities. These are all incredible resources for our community. Our local DES office is, you know, pretty busy, and it's very frustrating sometimes for people. So this is an opportunity to really go and talk to these representatives, as well as all our other partners. And live band, Fatigo BZB, and marionette, and hula hooping, and clowns, and free ice cream, and it's just going to be really fun. So we'd love to have you and all your friends and family come. Thanks.
What's the time again?
It's noon to 2 on this Friday, May 10th.
Did you guys figure out the refrigerator issue? Deep freezer issue? I think Jason had one.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Just if you didn't, maybe we could reach out to the community and ask. But if he didn't tell you, it's probably already done.
I'll talk to you after. I'm not sure.
Okay. So does anybody have any agenda items for next meeting?
I just wanted to say, welcome Frank to Employee Council.
I don't know if it's an agenda meeting, but we really need to get that vacant spot for the other public works filled.
Yeah.
That's a big department that
Needs
a lot of people,
representation.
that a lot of people aren't getting represented, so I think we need to get that filled as soon as possible.
Well, I think Joelle sent out something, I just don't think we got any response.
Yeah. But that's quite a bit of people that's not being heard, you know?
Is there a criteria? I know there was not supposed to be supervisors or
Mhm.
something?
Yeah.
Is that the only criteria, or,
Department head or supervisor.
because in our department, everybody's either on probation or a supervisor. And I didn't know if we can have people like less than a year.
I would say, follow up with Miss Nina and,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like I joined within a couple of months of being
Yeah.
employed.
Yeah.
Cool. That helps.
Yeah, as long as they're not they're not going to be a supervisor or that, then they can. So it doesn't matter whether they're on probation or not. If they're interested, they can join us.
Cool. That helps a lot, because I was looking at our roster, I was like, oh. Okay, cool. I'll put it back out.
And if we do come up with future items to talk about, do I just reach out to you guys and say, well, all this was brought up, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's,
And for those who don't know, I'm the chair and
Okay.
Allison's the vice chair.
Okay,
And if you want that to change, just let us know and we can put that back on the agenda to elect a new chair and a new vice chair, since we have been here at the helm for a while. A while.
They're doing great.
yeah, we'll leave it be.
if it
But
ain't
I'll reach
broke,
out to you
I'll
guys if
fix it.
anything is brought to us.
Yeah. But no, just so you know. But yeah, just reach out to Joelle or me or Allison, or if you think somebody else wants to come and talk to us, but, doesn't know if it's something we can discuss, I'll be happy to help out with that.
Okay.
Alrighty. If nothing else, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
I'll take a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Mhm.
We are adjourned.